In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Aaron Nesmith and his absolutely insane game that he just recently had a few days ago in the playoffs. He dropped 30 points and went 8 for 9 from the three-point line. As players, we all have those games where the net just looks gigantic, so let's get down, let's check him out and see what he did that you can do as well so that you can take over games too. Let's get down, let's check him out. Really quickly, if you want to be a better shooting guard, make sure to go check out the shooting guard blueprint, which is down in the description below, which will raise your basketball IQ, but also give you workouts and drills so that you can become stronger and more skilled. Let's check out Aaron Nesmith. Okay, so right here, he receives a pass, and he's attacking that right side. Right now, it's OG Anunoby who is picking him up, and he attacks that right side really hard. However, there is one thing that OG Anunoby is doing that will allow Aaron Nesmith to be able to score in this situation. I'm going to put it into slow motion. When Aaron Nesmith pulls up for this shot, there's two things that OG Anunoby is doing that allows him to hit this shot right here. So, number one, let's check out how OG Anunoby is actually guarding. So, right now, he is running alongside Aaron Nesmith, which is totally fine because at this point, his shoulders are square. How fast players are these days, you're not going to be able to shuffle with many of them, which means that you have to run alongside. However, there is two things that OG Anunoby does. The first thing is his shoulders are no longer square with his man that he's defending. They are now squared with the baseline, which means that it's going to take a while for him to pivot and contest the shot or change directions. He also brings his arm down, which now is allowing Aaron Nesmith the open shot. Because as soon as that happens, he picks up that ball, left, right shot, lifts that ball up, and because OG Anunoby's arms were down, but at the same time, his shoulders were pointing the baseline, it's going to take him a while to be able to get up, and that's exactly what we see. There is a massive gap between his hand and that ball, which means that while it is a slightly contested shot, this is a shot that Aaron Nesmith practices. Most players at this level do, which means that a hand in their face affects them less than it does at your age. If you're a younger player, don't play defense like that. Keep your shoulders square. You can run alongside them, but you have to keep your hand up as well because that will always allow a shot. One thing with New York's defense is there must have been a lack of communication. Obviously, I'm not in New York right now. I'm all the way up in Canada, but I can tell by this clip alone that there was a miscommunication because OG Anunoby fights underneath that screen and really fights hard to try and stay with Pascal Siakam. Meanwhile, Brunson switched on to him, which means that Aaron Nesmith must have the basketball IQ to understand that he needs to get out to the perimeter as fast as possible. That's exactly what happens. By having basketball IQ, you can get some open three-point shots, so make sure to go check out my shooting guard blueprint that is down in the description below. However, when he gets that kick-out pass or that reverse pass out, look at the gap that's between him and OG. This is what allowed him to be able to have that open three-point shot. Yeah, there's a hand in his face, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you are a shooting guard or a player who can shoot threes at the NBA level, this is how you practice. You don't practice wide open shots with a rebounding machine. While there may be a rebounding machine there, you're practicing with a hand in your face and you're practicing the time it takes for a player to get up to contest your shot. So you know how long it's going to take for him to get up to try and block it. So this is essentially a wide open shot because he knows how long it's going to take OG to get his hand up. Now, coming off of this screen, this is a screen on either side for potentially Tyrese Halliburton. It's a blurry video, it's a small screen, but double screen on either side. Great idea, great play to be able to use this screen over here, originally making it look like it's staggered or a double screen, but instead you're using him as a screen. So that's what happens. But what I'm really talking about here is not the play itself, but instead it's the footwork. Aaron Nesmith catches on the left foot. Remember, we're allowed in the NBA as well as FIBA, we are allowed to have 2 steps. And we have to get rid of the ball within 2 steps. So this is a gather. This is 0. Then he hops on his right. That's 1 step. And then he hops onto 2 feet at the same time. This is not 3 steps. This doesn't count as a right foot 1, 2. That doesn't count like this. How this counts is like this. This would be 0 step here. This would be your right step, but step 1. And then you land on 2 feet at the same time, which would be counted as one step. This footwork, if you are playing anywhere except for AAU basketball in the States, for about, I would say, 80% of the states that you will be in, if you're anywhere else in the entire world, this is not a travel. If you are in AAU basketball in 40 something of the 50 whatever states, 50 states, then this would be a travel. What you would need to do instead is to catch on that left foot, and then to make it not a travel in AAU basketball, you would need to push this right foot out so you go right, left into a shot. So you would catch on the left foot into a shot, preferably both at the same time. If you go right, left, I would say probably 50% of the refs are going to call you for a travel. If you push off the left and land both at the same time, you will not be called for a travel, and if you do, the ref is calling it wrong. One thing about taking over a game is you need to be able to have the ball in your hand and be able to control the offense. Right now, he gets the screen from the left side. Drop coverage is here. Obviously, he could potentially try and take a slower defender like this, but his man gets stuck on a screen. There's massive distance between him and drop, which means that he can just pull up. It's wide open, so you might as well pull up. Here he gets a kick out pass, and again, one more time, he's moving off ball. He was moving off ball, and he catches on 2 feet, and he goes straight up into his shot. It's a great shot. He's not rushing it at all. You can't rush your shot if you want to be accurate, and that's exactly what happens here. It's a great shot. It goes in, so that is how you can do that. We can see right here he was moving off ball, finding the open lane. You always want to try and move off ball wherever you are, but it's not just moving off ball aimlessly to try and figure out and say, "Coach, I'm moving. I'm doing a good job." He's moving to a passing lane. Instead of standing here and moving out, he was standing here and he moved out this way because this is a passing lane. He's able to get that kick out pass, lands on 2 feet, and pulls for the 3. And yes, there are going to be times where you just need to be able to pull. When you are on fire, you need to pull as early as you can, especially if there is not much time on the clock. He was having a fantastic game. He shot 8 for 9 from the 3-point line. That is huge. When you are in a tight game situation, you find the hot hand and you feed the hot hand. I can't believe how many times I have seen it, even in prep basketball, from other teams and from all the teams that I've seen play, really. If there's a team that's coming back, and it angers me inside my head to see a kid just got a steal and a layup. Next time down the floor, hit a 3. Next time down the floor, hit another 3. Next time down the floor, hit a good mid-range. And then the other team calls a timeout, which is fine. They're trying to ice him. They're trying to slow him down a little bit. But then, when they come back onto the floor, one of two things happens. Either the team that has that player who's got the hot hand just doesn't pass him the ball anymore. I don't know if that's just a mental thing of not trying to find him or being like, I don't care. Or if it's a mental problem where it's like, he's got the hot hand, but I want my turn. It's my turn. I got to score. And then they just don't pass to him anymore because he's shooting everything. But he's got the hot hand. He just brought you back by like 12, 14, 15 points. And then now you're just icing him. You're not passing him the ball at all. There's times where he's wide open. You're like, nah, I'll just take this contested shot. Or the other time is if a coach just sits him and says, you've had your time, it's somebody else's. Or you're not passing. You're sitting. Meanwhile, he just pulled you back into a game. I've seen it happen twice this year, and it angered me every single time when I seen a coach sit a player who literally just got them back into the game. Anyways, these are my thoughts on how a player takes over a game, how you can take over a game, the footwork that you can use, and how you can score. Make sure to go check out the shooting guard blueprint that is down in the description below, and I will see you guys again in my next video.